Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online. If you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate if you purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be taking a look at one of the new Rolex Datejust 36 models from this year, 2021. This one with a smooth, or in other words, domed steel bezel with an Oyster Bracelet, but more importantly, the Green Palm Motif Dial with index hour marks. This one, the reference number 126200. That makes it a Datejust 36. So we'll be going over all of the features of this watch, the case, the bezel, the dial, the crown functions, as well as the movement and the bracelet. And I'll be giving you my thoughts on these throughout this video. So starting off with this case, it's in the name, Datejust 36, so 36 millimeters from finger to thumb. That's between the 2 and 8 o'clock hour marks, same as the 10 to 4 o'clock hour marks. You have the monoblock middle case with the screw down case back, and the Rolex winding crown to ensure water resistance down to 100 meters or 330 feet below sea level. You have a full a full high polish finish on every side of this case, at least on the top and the sides, especially on the front. You can see it on the lugs as well, although most of it is actually taken up by the bezel and the dial itself. So onto those we have an equally high polish, all made of oyster steel as well for the bracelet. Oyster steel being the sort of proprietary blend between steel and other minerals in order to create a very, very strong, basically the strongest grade of steel, while still maintaining the super high luster of basically this watch, all in one, basically one material here. And that's how Rolex does things. They get the best of the best, all done in their own foundry. And speaking of which, doing the best of the best, this is quite an excellent dial. I'd say probably one of their best, if not the best for the Datejust 36 anyway. It has the palm motif on here, and although it's quite a complicated dial when you get into all the details here with the sort of sunray patterning behind these palm leaves, and slightly asymmetrical, although still balanced in the visual regard, it's not actually overly complicated when you're looking at it at a glance, because when if you were to just close your eyes for a second and then open them back up right now, you'll see that, you can still tell the time rather easily. So it's actually quite a level of genius in terms of the visual compositional elements on this dial. Plenty of palm leaves on here, just sort of keeping Rolex ahead of the pack in terms of the attention to detail that comes through on this dial making. On here you also have the hour marks, all index or stick markers, colloquially known. And if you turn out the lights, you can actually see the chromalite display on there. Very easy to see and incredibly bright as well. They're clipping my highlights if I'm checking my monitoring here for my camera. Incredibly bright and extremely long lasting for that chromalite. So, even in low light situations, you can use this very easily. All right, now turning the lights back on, we can actually take another look here at the dial. There's a minute track rather at the peripheral of the dial, so you can set the time quite easily using that. And speaking of which, onto the crown functions. You can just simply unwind the crown at the 3 o'clock position, and at the first position this allows you to wind the watch. Rather simple there. So if you're at a dead stop, about 20 to 30 full winds will get you to the full power reserve. Nice and easy. Pull the crown out to the next position. You can actually advance the date using the quick set function, the quick set feature built into the watch, and you can do this at any time of the day. Just simply about a quarter turn will advance the day by 1, as you can see in the 3 o'clock aperture. Small on the dial, large under the Cyclops lens, which is part of the scratch resistant sapphire crystal, so you always have a clear view into the dial. Alright, pull the crown out to the final position. Note that the seconds hand does in fact stop, so you can then set the time precisely by moving the minute hand in this position, and by extension of course the hour hand as well. And you can do so rather easily thanks to the minute track at the peripheral of the dial, so you can then set the time precisely based on the position of that seconds hand, wait for an atomic clock to roll around, press the crown back in, and screw it back tightly against the case to ensure the superior water resistance. All right, and note that, and when I pressed the crown back in, you can see that the seconds hand did start up once more. So what makes all of this work on the inside? You can't see it through the case back, but you do have that added sense of security from the solid steel. It is the 3235 made in-house by Rolex. So basically you have the plus or minus 2 second per day time differential as you would typically get from any Rolex in modern times, really. After casing, giving you that superlative chronometer certification as printed on this and every Rolex dial. You also have the center hour, minute, and seconds hands with the instantaneous date with the rapid setting and the stop seconds for precise time setting, all of which I had just demonstrated using the crown functions of the watch earlier. The oscillator on the inside features a paramagnetic blue parachrome hairspring with high-performance Paraflex shock absorbers. So what does that mean? That means you can get relatively close to magnets and circuitry and the like, things like that. And you can also take a few bumps here and there. You'll be keeping track of time just fine. It'll stay within that plus or minus 2 second per day time differential precision as printed on the dial. The winding also takes place not only through the manual wind of the winding crown, but also through a bidirectional self-winding perpetual rotor. It's center mounted on the inside. So what that means is that once you have your watch nicely wound using the manual wind of the crown, you can simply wear it on your wrist, and the natural movements of your wrist throughout the day will actually keep that rotor circling, or rather rotating in place, meaning that it will wind the mainspring barrel, which then charges the power reserve. The power reserve for this watch, approximately 70 hours. So that means that you can just wear this for an entire day. You'll reach the full power reserve. You can set it down on Friday evening, pick it back up Monday morning the next week. No need to wind the watch, and you're good to go. Just wear it all day Monday and you'll be back to the full power reserve. Nice and easy there. While I'm zoomed out here, you can also see that it does come on, well, at least this model. This model comes on an Oyster Bracelet, flat 3-piece links across, the center links being a high polish complete with my fingerprints, and satin brush finishing on the outer links. Nice high polish finish on the sides of those links, and there's a gentle taper down to the Rolex folding clasp with the Rolex raised logo on there, just the crown logo. But once you lift the top to open it, unhook it, you have the full Rolex stamped logo on the inside with a full confidence that this is certainly made entirely out of steel. And the added benefit of having the Oyster folding clasp here is that you do have the Easy Link 5mm extension, meaning that basically if you get this watch sized perfectly to your wrist, you can wear it and you'll basically feel when your wrist happens to swell throughout the day. Happens to everyone, it's imperceptible, but when you're wearing a watch, you can certainly feel it. So whenever your wrist happens to swell, maybe you walked outside during a hot summer day, or you pounded 3 liters of water. Either way, your personal water content, your hydration levels, and just the environment will cause your wrist to swell. So simply reach underneath here, pull it straight out, and there you go, another half Oyster link to continue wearing your watch without the discomfort. And when you no longer need it, just simply fold it back in on itself, press it back into the clasp, nice and easy. All right, and while I'm here, I can also try it on and give you my thoughts as to how it wears on my wrist. 7 inches in circumference for me. All right, and if you know me from my videos, you'll know that I love the 36mm model line, even though they're technically they're supposed to be smaller for me, but I consider them to be the perfect size because I get a perfect framing from the 12 and 6 o'clock sides from the bracelet. I can see the entire watch in its assembly at a single glance looking at it face on. And speaking of the face on look here, please focus, there we go. So I can see the dial extremely easily, and this sort of the tints, tones, and shades present in this palm motif dial, even though it's not quite like when you're in elementary school, there's that specific green, that olive green that no one really likes to use in that crayon box. It's actually just off of that to make it much more elegant, much more closer to like that evergreen color. So it's a very, very appealing set of green values on this dial. It's certainly one to look out for. And if you happen to get your hands on one, bravo, good for you. Taking a look down here on the wrist shot, there's barely any overhang, and this is part of the reason why I love the 36 model so much, because it just fits my wrist personally. So for 7 inch wrists, perfect. 7.5-inch wrists, it might be a little bit on the small side, but if your wrist is about within that 6.5 to 7.5 inch range, sort of that mid-size level when it comes to the measurement of the circumference of your wrist, this is a perfect model for you. And with the Oyster Bracelet, it feels very nice and sporty. Plenty of breathing room among these links because the way Rolex does, basically for the entire life of the watch, the tolerance for this bracelet is basically 0, or pretty darn close to it. So that means none of these links will actually pinch your skin. They won't pull hairs out. They'll always keep that space among themselves so that they vent the wrist very nicely. So you can actually wear this all day if you wanted to without any discomfort. All right, but that's enough of what I think. What do you guys think about this watch? Let us know down in the comments below what you think about this Rolex Datejust 36 with the new Palm Motif Dial. Just came out this year, 2021. All right, with this one with the steel domed bezel, so it gives it basically, it just gives that sort of halo look around that dial and just really accentuates the details of the fine watchmaking and the dial details, as you can see right here. So let us know what you think down in the comments below. If you happen to enjoy this video, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already and hit the bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch or any other watch, visit our store at jazztime.com. Links in the description below where you can get it for the lowest possible price anywhere online. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video and take care.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.